Welcome, everyone. For those that don't know me, I'm Kevin Vanderzee. I'm our Associate Athletic Director for Internal Operations, and we're excited to be here today. I'm going to turn this over in just a second. If I could ask everyone to go ahead and make sure your phones are on silent or turned off. I've been guilty of that, so we'll get that out of the way real quick. Today's a great day for ULM and ULM Athletics. We are excited to be here. We're excited for the next chapter here in ULM Baseball. That being said, I'm going to turn this over to Scott McDonald. Scott chaired our search committee today, this year, and come on up, Scott.
Thank you, Kevin. You told me to keep it brief, right? All right, very brief. This is a great day on the Bayou. We're so excited. I'm here to represent the Baseball Search Committee, and I want to introduce them briefly. Gary Roberts, Michael Durham, Ben, where you been? Ben Jones, Dr. Bill Graves, and then, of course, y'all have heard from Kevin Vanderzee. The interest in this job was overwhelming, and we were charged with the responsibility of trying to vet through candidates and get a very select group that we could get to Dr. Bruno so he could make a choice. And we spent a lot of time, and I want to tell you, I speak for all of us on this committee when I tell you how thrilled we are to have Coach Federico with us today, with his family, to join our family here at ULM. And Coach, the charge of this committee doesn't end with your hiring. We're here with you every step of the way. So I want to express our appreciation to Dr. Bruno for allowing us the opportunity to participate in this very important process. We care about this university, and we care specifically about this baseball program. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Dr. Bruno. You can introduce our new baseball coach.
Well, good morning, and welcome to everyone. It's certainly another great day on the Bayou. You know, the university has really evolved over the last few years, and I definitely see the opportunities we have in our athletic programs as the university has moved forward. So, you know, this gentleman brings the qualities and experiences that I feel is going to move our baseball program forward. There's a lot of discussion about, you know, well, why him and so forth, and Scott was right. It was an amazing group of applicants for the position. There were a number of individuals that could very well have been standing here today. But the difference is that, you know, Coach Federico is very humble. He was very organized in discussing how he wanted to bring this program forward. And most importantly, he wanted to be here. And that's what we want, is individuals who want to be here, who understand the challenges they have, who understand and realize the opportunities here at ULM. I mean, I had individuals call me from professional organizations such as the Marlins to talk about coaches and how ULM and Monroe could develop such a strong athletic and particularly baseball culture here. It has done it in the past. Many of those on the search committee participated, and I'm confident we can do it in the future. I think we have the right person at the right time in the right place, and I want to welcome Coach Mike Federico.
Thank you so much. I am truly blessed and honored to be here. My phone might ring, though, because I might have to take a couple recruiting calls and stuff. So I'm going to keep my phone on for right now. But it's a great day to be a Warhawk. I am truly blessed and honored to be here and to be leading this program. I'd like to kind of just tell you a little story first with my time with Monroe. When I was a young kid, my brother and sister and I, we all swam competitively in the auditorium right across over here, which is not going to be here anymore. When I came on the interview, it's not there anymore. But my sister swam in the afternoons. I swam in the mornings. And we had the state championships here all the time. And my dad in the afternoons, he just had enough of watching swimming, I guess. So he would go over to the tennis courts with a buddy of his, and they would play tennis. And I think he was babysitting us, but I don't know if he really paid that much attention. And so a couple buddies of mine, we would always kind of sneak around and just happen to find the baseball field over there. I think it was 1981, 1983. I can't remember exactly what year it was. I was like 7 or 9 years old, and I think Coach St. Amant was probably missing a couple baseballs because I think we happened to take a few of them. So, Coach, I owe you a couple baseballs from that time. But I remember being on this campus in the Bayou and seeing the ski team and people with their cane poles out there, and of course going across as a young kid. I was passionate about baseball and like I said, just happened to jump the fence and some of those things. So they finally gave me the keys yesterday, so I don't have to jump the fence anymore. But again, I'm really, really excited. I'd like to take just a few moments to kind of thank a few people. I'm sure I will leave somebody out, so I apologize for that. But first, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus. I wouldn't be here right now without that. He's the foundation of my life with my family, and what we're going to try to implement to our players as well. I'd like to thank Dr. Bruno. When I met Dr. Bruno, he painted a very good vision to me of what he feels this place can be, and I could see it. I could see the passion in his eyes where he wants to get this program to be, and I am truly honored to be here. Your professionalism was amazing during the process, and I thank you for that opportunity to be able to lead this place. The committee, what an amazing group of guys that, the passion that they had with Scott leading that charge. We finished the regional, and Coach St. Amant was actually at the regional, and the very next day, I was able to talk to Scott, and I could see his passion for, the baseball program and the people and the players, and then of course meeting all the other guys on there. It was truly amazing, and again, professionalism throughout the entire time with what they did and how they handled the process. And then I'd like to thank Kevin Vanderzee. He hasn't been here that long, but he has been through some things with people leaving and things, and he has been a great resource for me, and I know I'm going to be leaning on you a lot in the next couple weeks as well, just to try to get around. But again, I appreciate everything from your standpoint as well. I got to thank my parents, Carmen and Barbara Federico. They're not here. I'm sure they're probably watching it right now. My mom's probably crying, and I might actually start crying too. But they were my foundation. They've been married for 50 years this past January, and just an amazing Italian upbringing that I had. We bounced around the country a little bit, but I basically had roots in Slidell when we moved there in 1977, and I just thank them for everything that they are. My dad kind of gave me the passion to get into coaching. I think I was probably 8 years old. We went on a family vacation to Georgia, and he took me to my first big league game to watch the Atlanta Braves play, and we were sitting by the third base coach down the line, and first game I'd ever been to, never really noticed anything. This guy's giving signs and touching himself everywhere, and I'm like, Dad, what is this guy doing? Why is does he got an itch? He's got a rash or something? And so he starts telling me that, that's how they're giving signs, when to bunt, when to do all these things. And I think that's when I really first started valuing how a coach can impact a player. They can communicate with them without even talking to them. And I thought that was pretty neat. And again, if it wasn't for my parents doing those things and my mom traveling around the country watching us play, again, I wouldn't be here without them. I'd like to thank all my past players and their families for trusting me at the other universities that I've been at, the junior college that I was at. I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't have those guys, the support, the will to go out there and make them be successful. So I thank all them. My last two bosses, Scott Berry and Darren Schoenrock at the University of Southern Mississippi and University of Memphis, two just great people that you enjoyed going to work for. And I hope that I'm going to be that person that my assistants, when I hire them, they're going to value that just as much, because you want somebody that you're going to fight for. And I was willing to fight anyone and everybody for those two gentlemen, and I value where they are right now in my life. And then, of course, the three ADs that I worked for at Southern Miss, Richard Giannini, Bill McGillis and John Gilbert, just tremendous support that they gave to us as well. My best friend, Chad Kaye, he was the other assistant that I worked with for 11 years, basically, of my life, 11 of the 20 that I've been coaching. He was we basically did everything together on the phone. We're recruiting together. We had each other's back. And I wouldn't be here right now without him. We went to college together. We stayed up at night talking about running a program and what kind of first and third defense we were going to do. And he was the offensive guy. I was the pitching guy. We balanced each other out. And again, I wouldn't be where I am without him. Last but not least, my amazing family here. I've got 3 children, Hayden, Bryson, and Isabella. And their support for me is amazing. I think Hayden was doing more recruiting, trying to figure out the lay of the landscape for me than I even imagined. He's researching things and was pretty amazing in this process. I know it's going to be hard for them to transition, and I just appreciate the 3 of them for the support that they give me. They make me get up every morning and make me want to be successful on the baseball field. And then my head coach, my wife, Hannah, we've been married for 17 years, and just for those of you who don't know, a coach's wife, it's very difficult. We're gone a lot, we're away, and she's amazing. And I look forward for you guys to meet her, in the next few weeks, next few years, and everything. But that's the thank yous. I'll get that out of the way. I know I had to do that, but my vision for the Louisiana Monroe baseball program is kind of simple. I want to shape the young men that we're coaching into being productive citizens. So when they leave here, they can contribute to society and in a positive way, whether they're playing in the big leagues or they're working in a local mill, whatever they have to do. But I want them to be productive citizens and be able to give value to their community wherever they may move to from here. I want to educate them on the field and in the classroom. I want to be there. I think it's important when they graduate here and they walk across the stage and shake Dr. Bruno's hand that they get that diploma in one hand, but they have a championship ring in the other. And that's something that I'm going to be passionate about doing. And it's going to take a little time, but we're going to get there. I want to teach them how to be a great husband and how to be a great father, because that's going to go even further in life than how many wins or how many losses that they have. And that is very passionate to me, because that's the kind of coaches that I played for, and that's what I value. And then the last thing, plain and simple, we got to win championships, and that's what we're going to start working on. Already been starting this past week, but we're going to win in the classroom, we're going to win on the field, and we're going to win in the community. So that's my passion. We're going to do it with work ethic. No one's going to outwork us. We're going to do it every day. We know that we have to be a blue-collar type program. We don't have some of the things that other people have, but hey, you know what? A lot of people don't, and you can still be successful, and you can win, and you can have an enjoyable, pleasurable experience for those student athletes, and I think that's important. And we're going to win with attitude. We're going to play hard. We're going to play smart. We're going to get after people's tails. And it's going to be a fun place to be, and I look forward to packing the left field line and the stadium, and having people support us in the community. And I think you're going to see that. I'm going to coach this team. I believe basically in 3 things. I'm going to basically run this program, and I'm going to coach this team. I'm going to live in this community. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to coach these guys with love. I think it all starts with that. It's the greatest commandment in the Bible, and that's how it's going to start. That's how I raise my kids. That's how I raise my wife and I's relationship, and it's going to start from whoever the best player is on the team to the guy at the end of the bench that might be catching bullpens. They're going to get love from myself and the assistant coaches, and they're going to enjoy playing here. I'm going to coach with discipline. Tough love sometimes, and I think that's important that they have a discipline in their life, because when they get here as an 18-year-old kid and they miss their 8 o'clock class because they slept in, it's the first time that mom and dad haven't woke them up to go to class, they're going to get in trouble with me. And they're going to be held accountable on those situations. And that's huge. Those 3 things, basically love, discipline, and accountability. That's what this program is going to be about. That's what I'm about. And I'm excited with that opportunity. I know this community is very hungry for success on the diamond, and I want to bridge the community with this baseball program. I was talking to one of the guys on the search committee that he grew up, his dad brought him to his first college baseball game out here, and that was his first time, just like I was talking about my first time with the Atlanta Braves going to a big league game. And he didn't feel as comfortable maybe bringing his son now out to a game. And I promise you that I'm going to make you want to bring your kids out to these games, okay? And we're going to play hard, and you're going to enjoy the experience, and our guys are going to get after people's tails, and we're going to win some baseball games. So I promise you that. It's time to re-engage the past, okay, with what the future of ULM baseball is going to be, all right? This program has won championships. It's been to regionals. It's had gold medalists. It's had big leaguers. It's had all-stars. But this program's also had guys running major companies in the country. It has local educators that are coaching or teaching. It has doctors, lawyers, and so on and so forth that are, again, becoming productive citizens in our community. And that's my challenge, to keep working towards that. It's been proven here, and I know it can happen again. And there's basically of one goal that I'll have, and that's basically to work every day to constantly try to be going to Omaha, because ultimately that's the goal that we're trying to get to. Every college baseball team, and if you can get into that regional, you have a chance. And it's been proven that the smaller teams like us, it can happen. And that's my goal to get to. So I really appreciate this opportunity, and go Warhawks.
Well, there really isn't a swearing-in ceremony in athletics, but I was asked to give this to Coach Federico by the athletic department to welcome him to ULM and to assume the role as the head baseball coach here at ULM. So. I think this is a historical number for him. He's actually the 12th head coach here at ULM, and I think there were some thoughts of giving him number 12, but hey, he's been successful with this, so why change it, right? Right. Not that you're superstitious.
No, not at all.
Kevin, what's
At
next?
this point, we'll open up for a few questions for Coach Federico, and then we'll have an opportunity for some pictures. If you could just identify yourself with the question. We'll start.
I was that thorough that I don't know no questions. That's good. I like that.
I like it, Coach.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I will ask you a question about recruiting. How receptive has that been in the last 7 days?
It's been very optimistic. I've talked to a number of kids from different areas, a lot of Louisiana kids. The main goal right now is to try to finalize the roster for this upcoming season, for the 2018 season, which we've got some things that we've got to address. But the 18 class, which is you don't sign them till November, there's been some really positive vibes. I think first of all, the league, the Sun Belt, is easy to sell. And, you can talk to a kid, whether they're from Louisiana, the surrounding states, and they know about ULM. And they've been very receptive. I've talked to kids from all over the place, and my phone hasn't stopped ringing from that standpoint. And it's going to be about relationships, just trying to get with some of these summer coaches and some of the high school coaches, and just getting kind of the lay of the land. But I think we're going to be fine.
Coach Kiefer Price, WarPort.com. when you're choosing your assistants?
In choosing assistant, I want loyalty first. I think that's going to be important. I think there has to be passion for player development, and then the biggest thing is they got to be able to recruit. They got to know how to sell this program. They got to be able to sell myself. They got to be able to sell the university. And there's some quality guys out there that want to be here, not only at this university, but be here with me as well. So I'm really excited about the process of that, and I'm looking forward to hiring those guys.
All right, great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank
all
you.
for being here. We
Appreciate
really
it.
appreciate it.